Are you looking for a functional sit-to-stand lift with a smaller footprint and easy maneuverability in your home? The Invacare Stand Assist or ISA Compact is the newest lift from Invacare. It's fully adjustable and it's also ergonomic at the same time, and it's perfect for your needs. My name is Jeff, I'm a product specialist here at MedBart, and I've been a registered nurse for over 25 years. This lift has a weight capacity of 350 pounds. The lift itself weighs 99 pounds, so it is a very solid but yet compact machine. One thing I really like about the Invacare ISA lift is the ability to have an adjustable arm, and it makes it really easy to do that. Just simply by squeezing the lever here, I have multiple adjustment points that allow me to accommodate different lengths of this arm. So everything from someone who's shorter to someone who's taller, you're able to adjust it on the fly and make it really easy to either handle several people in your home that you're using a sit-to-stand for, or if this is for a facility, make it really easy to go from different patient to different patient. So if this is someone a little bit on the shorter side, I'm going to bring it in about like that, and it allows, because they don't need to be lifted up as much. Someone who's taller, who needs more of a lifting mech height, I can extend out like that and allow for someone taller to be lifted as well. This also works well if, let's say you're trying to get someone off of a lift chair, for example, and that sometimes they're sitting back further than that. By accommodating the arm or bringing the lift closer to them, it makes it easier to get them off of a lift chair or even some commodes. It might be easier to lift that. One of the other things that makes this lift really unique too is the ability on the fly to be able to adjust for different people's heights. By simply just squeezing the handle here, I can raise and lower the knee pad, which makes it really easy to keep this part of the knee pad below the kneecap and out of the way, and that way it prevents any discomfort when using the lift. So if you notice that the legs in this position make it really easy to maneuver around toilets, around hallways, things like that. But once I get close to the patient on the chair, you need to be able to widen the base. So this one has a manual base, so by simply pushing on the lever, extends the legs out, now allows me to get around the toilet, around a lift chair, or on a wheelchair. And just by pushing the legs back in, now I can either steer it with the patient on there or just to get it from place to place. You do notice this is a manual base. So if you have difficulty reaching up and pressing on that lever like that, you might want to consider a base that has a power lift. So you want to make sure that you're not going to be, if you have any issues with balance or strength with something like that, you may want to consider that type of base. Very easy to use brakes on both sides just by pressing one lever straight down with your foot and then releasing. So the brakes are on the rear wheels, nice oversized casters, makes this easy to roll over. Remember that if you are rolling over carpet or something with padding, that can make it a little more difficult, and I'm obviously on a solid floor here. So hand control is very ergonomic, easy to use. One thing I really do like about that is the fact there's a magnet that's built into the hand control, which makes it easy to attach up here, makes it so that way I have it always up reach. I can also lock it on the side or put it down along the mast itself. The battery system on this is the reliable Invacare battery system that's been on these type of lifts for a long time. There's also a window down here that tells you how much percentage of battery, so we know when it's time to charge. When in doubt, charge it overnight for a good 8-hour charge, and it should be good to go in the morning. This features an off-board charger, and if you are using it frequently throughout the day, if you're in a facility where you have several people in the home you're lifting up, you may want to also consider a backup battery you can charge, and that way it's easy to change out. All right, we're going to look now at the slings that are available for the Invacare ISA. This is made by Invacare. This is their standard Stand Assist sling. If you notice, it has some nice padding that goes under the arms. Also, there's some different nylon colored straps, so that way if you're used to using, say for example, the blue or the one that's about medium length out, you know which one to go back to each single time. You got the padding, you do have a waist strap that kind of helps keep the sling in place until you move the lift into place. This comes in 4 sizes. It comes from a small to an extra large, and all of them have a weight capacity of 450 pounds. We're going to take a quick look of how the lift now actually works. This is the sling in place, this is the waist strap, and this basically just keeps the sling in place, so before the lift is brought into me by my caregiver, I'm able to have this placed around me. It makes it easier to kind of hold this in place while the lift is brought in. This is a medium. It is available in different sizes I mentioned. I could go to the large, so I'm kind of right in the middle. So one thing you'll do find, if it's too big for you, this padding might be kind of more forward. So this is in a good position. I'm kind of right in the middle, again, about 5'10", 210 pounds. So if you're much over that, I would say go to the large. If you're much below that, go to the medium. Again, we have different color straps here. I've already adjusted the lift as we're going to bring it in closer to me. We've already adjusted it previously for the kneecap, so basically I'm going to be right below this little bump on the knee, so that way it doesn't put pressure on that part. I've also already adjusted the length of this for someone about my height. So I have a little more. I could go longer, I could go shorter. It also helps if I'm sitting back in the chair quite a bit. You can also extend this out to bring it closer to me. So we're going to go ahead and lock it in place. And at this position now, we're gonna go and use the blue tab. I'm gonna get a little help from you here. You notice the straps kind of go more to the inside of the arm, which makes it nice to kind of keep these out of the way as I'm being lifted up. And two ergonomic, very comfortable handhold spots. So we're in position, things are locked. You want to double check one more time, make sure nothing's caught on anything. And then we're gonna go and lift up. And I'm gonna kind of just naturally engage my core a little bit. And as I'm being lifted up, we would have you stop and just make sure nothing's caught on anything, furniture or anything on the furniture or the chair underneath you. Just want to make sure nothing's caught and the sling is moving freely. And you do have the option, if you want to be a little more relaxed, you could be back a little bit with this, or you can go all the way up to the standing position and get a little exercise and actually work on a little bit of length strength of that as well. So in either one of these positions, now we can undo the brakes, transfer to a bed, transfer to a commode chair, and if able to with your bathroom, get this through the doorway and take someone into the bathroom and use it as a commode sling. One thing to keep in mind when asking the question, is a sit-to-stand lift appropriate for the person I love or the person I'm taking care of, is whether or not they have the ability to support 25 to 30% of their body weight. And with that, the good judgment for that, a good test for that, is to have someone stand up with assistance if you need to, but basically, can they get to a standing position, and can they turn and pivot a little bit, enough to be able to stand from one side to the other. If you can, that's probably a good indication they have enough strength, because as you saw when I'm being lifted, I have to kind of trust the sling, and my body just naturally engages my core. Without that, as I go to be lifted, and I've seen this happen with patients, where we're lifting them up with a sling, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're dropping down, and their pelvis is kind of unengaged, and they almost look like they're starting to fall through the sling. You can get a little extra support by getting the slings that come under the legs and attach up here on the mast. But again, we don't want to make sure you're getting something that's going to quickly progress to needing something more. And the next step is getting a full patient sling and a full patient lift that gives them more support, and actually a total lift from like a bed to a wheelchair and something like that. The ISA Compact Lift from Invacare is a perfect lift for a safe, comfortable experience. If you have any questions about this lift or any of the other products on our website, our product navigators are standing by to help. Give us a call or continue to shop online here at medmart.com.